One of the most famous Dutch folk tales in the world has to be the Flying Dutchman, or the Vliegende Hollander in Dutch, also sometimes called the Phantom Ship in English. Now, as with every folk tale, of course, there are many different variations. The one that I'm about to tell you is just one of them. Also, yes, the Flying Dutchman or the Phantom Ship is originally a Dutch story. Some people thought it was an English one. That's not true. All of the English versions come from Dutch stories that sailors have told them. In the past, in Dutch, it would also be called het vliegende schip or the flying ship, or het verwenste schip or the cursed ship. But nowadays, we generally just call it the Vliegende Hollander. It's 1641. It is an Easter Sunday in the Netherlands, and Hendrik van der Decken and his crew set sail on a religious holiday to Batavia. Now, not everyone was happy with that, of course, because it was a religious holiday and, what about curses? But they went anyway because Captain Hendrik wouldn't take no for an answer, and then eventually they reached Cape of Good Hope. Now, if you know anything about Cape of Good Hope, lots of swells, lots of storms, it's not great. But Hendrik wasn't scared of anything, so even through storms, they kept on sailing, even though his crew was terrified. His crew was complaining, obviously, because they were all in immediate danger. What did the captain do? Well, typical captain mentality, back in that time at least, he started drinking heavily. And at the same time, he cursed all of his crew because they were deemed weak. After days of sailing in the horrid weather, the sailors finally revolted. And you might think that was the end of the story? It's done? No. Hendrik didn't really care. He shot the leader of the revolt, threw him overboard. However, that last part, that was a big mistake, because as soon as he threw the bloody body overboard into the sea, an obscure figure suddenly came up. The figure appeared on the deck of the ship, and some people say that he was God, others say that he was the devil. The figure said that the captain was a stubborn and uncompromising man. The figure said it in such a way that the captain had some time for self-reflection. Did he have that? No, of course he did not. The captain also didn't really like that, so, you do what captains do, you try to shoot everything, every figure that you can find, and that is confronting you. Which is exactly what Hendrik van der Decken did. He shot at a figure. That didn't exactly end up well for him though, because the bullet, it returned and went straight through Van der Decken's hand. And that is when the figure finally had enough, and the figure cursed him with the words, "You and your ship are cursed and you will be sailing for eternity. You can never anchor your ship or reach a harbor, and you will only drink bile and your food will be red hot iron." Now, this would turn the ship into a ghost ship that would bring despair to any ship that passes it,